Okay, there we go. So it seems like we missed the knife round, in fact, it took so long. So I'm guessing Bluejays won the knife round because they are on the CT side. Can't imagine that Kids of Steam would want to play on the terrorist side first. So let's just say that that was the case. And what do we see here? We see two smokes already. One on DeathX, who's going to be... Ooh, a 3 player is going to be, in fact. So they're predicting this. And one on Lunte, who is going to A. So a smoke at each bomb site. ECFN already has information that 2 players are here. And a nade coming in, however, it won't do any damage at all. So I'm not sure I like ESEA picking here so much because the players know that he's there. Oh, but we do see a huge entrance into the B bomb site. Oh, instead he has to actually take his knife out. And he will be taken down, so the A bomb site is firmly in the hands of the terrorists. And oh, and Nelson getting gooshed. And Philly's able to get 2 frags here on onto Bluejays, so DeathX will be coming in here, but he will be taken down quite easily. And very straightforward round from the terrorists there. Once again, I mean, they not running any crazy strategies here, just out-fragging Bluejays, and they do go up 1-0 on this pistol round, so I think that means that 3 pistol rounds so far have gone to Kids of Steam. And they will buy this AK Galil now, so 2 UMPs, and it's a complete A stack, however, there, because it seems like they have 3 players going B aggressively, and DeathX is the only player at B, so if this is a B push, and we do see the bomb going there, then Bluejays is in a bit of trouble. We do see a smoke here. So what Bluejays is telling Kids of Steam is that there's someone here. Oh, and DeathX has another smoke, so someone else to smoke from A. And they're saying now, we have 2 players at B. Oh, and Dookie pushing the smoke, however, he's able to get the frag with ease, so the A-bomb site is already taken over. The bomb has been planted, and this makes things very difficult for Bluejays. And they have armor here, and they will be saving. I mean, very expensive force from them with the head armor. And however, we do see Kids of Steam already going on the chase here. Vili will be heading into the apartments, seeing if he can get anyone. Lunte is in the T-sided apartments already, however. Dookie does end up getting taken down. Very well done from Bluejays, and they will smoke off Arch, so... Oh, and Senny's able to take down Vili as well, so very good job there. I think, okay, well, I don't want to say it was unnecessary. I mean, they did know they're trying to save, so they want to push their advantage. And Kids of Steam went on the hunt. However, great job from Seti there to be able to get another player down. And we do see ECFN has the Galil thanks to that, and the head armor, so he might be able to do some damage here. Meanwhile, we see DeathX trying to push here aggressively. However, he does get naded down to 89 HP, so has to be careful here. Zen taking me down from those boxes there on Banana, so Lunte with his CC will be trying to get close range. Frags coming in, but we will probably see a smoking off CT spawn, so might not be exactly possible. Ooh, and he does see him there, so he will peek, and he's able to get 1 frag, so that's good enough so far, as Dookie also gets taken down a little bit. And we do see the players going back now, and this is where ECFN is with that Galil. However, he's just taken down to 13 HP, and he's able to get the frag, however, not the second one. Oh, and it's a 2-on-1, and Vili here. Oh, I don't want to see Seti. Wow, and Seti doing a great job there. I was going to say I don't want to see him peeking. As he did, it was a 2-on-1 situation, so he can always wait for his teammate. But great play from Seti. And he's, after 3 rounds, 4 frags, and his, that's losing the pistol round and losing the eco. So far, so good from Seti. getting that round in Blue Jays' favor, and that was an eco. So good job from Blue Jays winning that round, and getting it on the board much earlier than in the last match. Meanwhile, we do see the players in apartments, and Blue Jays said he should have heard this actually, so he should know that this is coming in. Oh, and he's with the smoke, so hopefully he doesn't get caught out as no one is watching this boiler. But he's able to hit the frag, so good work from him. Meanwhile, Villy is the last player here left alive, and it seems like they know where he is. I'm interested to know if he made a noise or something, or what the case was. He doesn't have a frag. And I don't like that push from SETI, and I think it's completely unnecessary. But good job nevertheless. They tie things up very early on for themselves, so 2-2. Very good so far from both teams, actually. Kids of Steam winning that pistol round. They've been showing that they've been dominating these pistol rounds in this match, but Blue Jays winning the eco round in the third round, so good work for them as well. And we're see nades coming down here on Banana, and they will connect. Fantastic nade, 70, 66, 6 HP, so ton of damage being done by that nade if you look at the combined damage among the three players. And we do see this very dangerous setup from DeathX and ECFN. It is going to be a B execute. Oh, and they do have a perfect crossfire, and what a round from DeathX and ECFN. Perfect team play, perfect crossfire. They peaked DeathX immediately, and that means the call comes in and everyone peaks right, and then ECFN just came over and cleaned things up. So fantastic teamwork, great setup, perfectly executed from Bluejays eSports. Now we see the Banana going into second mid. Meanwhile, Dookie here is looking to push here on Banana. However, not going to see much. Meanwhile, Teddy is able to trade a frag here, and already Villy is quite advanced up in these apartments. I'm a little nervous about ECFM playing this spot here. You could get flashed out very easily. Exactly what I was talking about, and yeah, that's why I was nervous. I mean, the opens the site, however, great frag from DeathX there, another one, and a third, so DeathX cleaning house. Great 2 rounds from him. And that makes the score 4-2 in favor of Blue Jays now, and we see Kids of Steam on another eco, so yeah, Blue Jays really picking it up here on D Inferno compared to D Overpass. And already we see a Nilsson getting a frag here, and oh, and another one in fact, and a third, so good work from him. It is the eco, so you have to say that Kids of Steam was probably a little distracted, but oh, he does see Connor as well, so fighting with SETI for that kill. Who's going to be able to get it first? And Zen is the last player here left alive, and they're trying to see him out here, and he's going to have to do something. I mean, he does have the head armor and he does have a P250, so he could try and save, but it's going to be very difficult to save this gun against 5 players. I mean, where do you go? I mean, even hanging out in the terrorist apartments, it's a pretty obvious place to go, and they're going to end up searching that place sooner or later. I mean, I have a hard time thinking of any place on the map that they won't search. So he's able to get the frag onto Nilsson. That doesn't put him in his position though, so DeathX will hunt him down. And that's actually quite alright that they lost. We do see a pause coming here, but it's quite alright that they lost Nilsson there, because Nilsson had, if I remember correctly, he had 3 frags that round. So a lot of money going towards his way, for those 3 frags, so it's not going to be a big deal that he's the one that ends up going down. I mean, that's the smallest loss they could have hoped for. So very smart that it was Nilsson that got that information. He's less affected by by being killed, and he's able to rebuy quite easily thanks to the fact that he had a big round before. Meanwhile, this pause, I wonder who it's done by. You have to think it's the team that's on the losing streak that is going to be doing the pause. Meanwhile, as we take a look at the scoreboard, we do see DeathX 9-3, SETI 7-2. So actually, all the players of Bluejays, no one has a negative score, to be honest. And they've won 5 rounds in a row now, so that means that Kids of Steam. That means that Kids of Steam does have that money boost now, and they should be buying every round if they continue to lose. But they will be sporting that double AWP setup, and we already see that on Zen has that AWP, and so does FEJ. I'm a little nervous because FEJ, if you guys didn't notice before, 0-6 here. So he really has to step it up, especially if they want him to have a big impact with that AWP, the big green. We also see that the 2 players with the AWPs, they sacrificed it for the lack of a helmet, so they don't have any head armor. So if they do get hit in the head with any weapon, that aim punch is going to make things very difficult for them. It's going to make things difficult to hit their shot. Meanwhile, I do see here that Boats is being called the legend by a few members of chat, so interesting there. And it seems that Connor is the one playing for Boats, and he had a great match in the first map. Just absolutely went nuts on the overpass. So I'm interested to see, will he be able to pick things up on the Inferno as well. Guys, I want to remind you guys, I will be giving away another ESEA code. I already gave one away, but one more will be given away after this map. So be sure to follow my stream, because only followers are eligible. So be sure to press that follow button underneath the video player, and be active in the chat, and then you'll be able to take part in the giveaway. And it's a 1-week ESEA premium code. You can try out the service. I recommend it. Great anti-cheat, much better than the Valve anti-cheat. So I really do recommend it, and play without cheaters, and it's great. Meanwhile, we do see the game unpaused, so I'm interested to see if there will be some type of execute, because the terrorists had a lot of time to talk about what they wanted to do. So Faye equals Faye. Okay, so it's not FEJ, it's Faye. Thanks, Turticus Burgicus. Hopefully I said that right. Oh, and I think Zen actually saw him there through the pillar. Not exactly sure. It's very difficult to know what the player sees with the X-ray on, but it seems like he could have seen a pixel or two. So Nilsson here, and he has this Molotov out, and oh, and Zen the King taking him out. So he did in fact see him. So already, and it's interesting here. We see Kids of Steam heading over towards the B bomb site actually, and they do distract. They're already there, so ECFN gets distracted by that one grenade, and oh, and Zen getting another frag because he's in that smoke. So Nilsson here does spot out Connor, so he will push this molly. He won't be able to get the frag. So 2 frags from Connor, 2 frags from Zen, and that gives the round to Kids of Steam. Very important round from them, because You know, we did see them buy those 2 AWPs. I mean, that would have been an extremely big loss of their financial status if they ended up losing that round. So what's interesting is here we don't see Faye or Zen upgrading their armor. They're still playing without any head armor. Meanwhile, we will see a boost come in here. Ooh, and I'm sure Faye saw this. However, we do see a flash. ECFN is the one that's able to come out on top here. So 4-on-5 situation already. And meanwhile, we might see some action here. Oh, and Faye getting taken down by that Molotov. So far, so good from Bluejays holding this B bomb site. Oh, and they're able to get another kill through the smoke. So the bomb is down. Interested if they know about this, to be honest. Meanwhile, we see Linte getting a frag in the apartment, so the last player is Connor. But, I mean, he's heading into, you know, AWP territory, so this will be very difficult for him. And DeathX and ECFN are able to trade effectively against Connor, and you know that gives another round going their way. And again, we don't see the money. There is some type of bug with ESEA that in the second half it doesn't show the money. But 6-3, and they are on the eco. So let's see here what they plan to do. We already see Connor heading over here. And Molotov coming in quite quickly. DeathX, meanwhile, is tagged, so he's taken down to 60 HP. However, there are 3 players here. But Faye's on the other side of this Molotov, so he has to be careful here. He is taken down, traded actually, by ECFN, and said he will have his work cut out for him, as he is in this middle, completely blind though. Oh, able to take one down since I think Dookie wasn't able to get that kill actually. And it's a 3-on-2 situation. They do have 1 M4, but they also have head armor on Zen, so it's not impossible. Meanwhile, DeathX is here watching the wrong angle. So Connor, you know, if he hits the shot, he could do damage with his deagle. However, he doesn't hit the shot. Oh, he tags him now, so you know, this is very, very DeathX able to do work. He is able to take down his pistol. However, ECFN is in trouble here, so he will. Oh, and Zen is able to take down the bomb diffuser. Oh, and very nice from ECFN. However, he doesn't have enough time left on the bomb, so he will be taken down. Very nice kill with the knife. Very, very aware. However, Zen, since he did kill the person defusing the bomb, you know, it just didn't leave Bluejays with enough time to defuse, and that's, you know, fantastic play, exactly what you have to do. Even if you know you're going to die, you sacrifice your life for the round, and at the end of the game, it's 1 rounds that when you matches, not how many frags you have. So great play from Zen there to save the round. Meanwhile, we see DeathX here, very aggressive push against Faye, and he's the one that's better in the end, and better than Zen as well. So very nice aggressive play there. We see Villy here will be pushing up in apartments, and Connor does go down on Banana as well. So DeathX with 3 kills so far. And he's shooting chickens instead of looking for the counter-terrorists, which is a serious lack of judgment. And Bluejays going ahead here. You know, they're trading rounds, which isn't positive for the counter-terrorists. You know, as counter-terrorists, you never want to trade rounds with terrorists. It's much easier for them to build up their money situation than for the counter-terrorists. And we see DeathX again pushing here. So, not connected with Connor. Oh, and another missed shot here. Oh, and another one, so he could be in trouble against Faye here. Wow, a lot of missed shots actually from DeathX. However, Faye does end up going down eventually. However, what we see here from the terrorists is that they have wrapped around A, so it seems like they're going B from behind, and I don't think the counter-terrorists know anything about this. Oh, Nelson might. Okay, so that was weird. I wonder what gave them away, because they didn't know at the beginning, they only knew it later on. So someone had to make a great call. Oh, and really actually connecting. That is taken down by that spray from Nelson. So 8-4, and a very nice call from someone in the Blue Jays camp. Probably calling, hey guys, you know, we gave away CT Arch, so they maybe could have, you know, wrapped. And that did end up being the case, so good job from Nelson there, making sure that the B bomb sites held also from the backstab. And now we see the bomb going alternate middle, so finally that is the case. And we do see Nielsen actually pushing into these apartments, and they are playing a lot more aggressive than they were up until this point. Lunte also is pushed up, so and we do see Billy like nading and flashing him. Oh, and he's able to get the kill to Lunte with that flick shot, so Nelson will end up taking him down. However, it's a 3-on-3 situation actually, and this Molotov will be coming in here. However, I think the terrorists are very well set up. In fact, perfect peeks from the terrorists. Ooh, and Fagan taking down to 54 HP actually. Oh, and he's taking down through the wall as well. So, and another connection, 2 connections through that wall. Oh, and Depex even taking down Connor to 9 HP, so amazing play from Depex there, making that round really close, and definitely very expensive for the terrorists. I mean, we don't know their money situation, but you can see here that Connor has the AK and no utility really. Faye doesn't have any head armor, and also very little utility, and then we see a shotgun on Dookie, I believe. So they are pushed up here Banana very aggressively, and Dookie here was the most aggressive with the sawed-off shotgun, but yeah, I'm not sure what I think of this, because if one of the players from Blue Jays would decide to push here, and let's say they would get the kills, then Kids of Steam would be in a world of trouble. I mean, dropping the bomb. Already you see Connor and Da King taken down to. It seems like it's like an A fake to distract the counter terrorists, and they are planning on executing onto B. However, you know, we have a minute left, and Nelson is prepared here, I think, with this flash if ECFN only says the word. And we do see a smoke come in, and oh, and Nelson's completely blinded, so he's able to get one, as ECFN does get the other one, and it's a completely failed B push, so they will be heading back Banana, especially the bomb. So again, oh, so I was only seeing if someone would push out there, but we do see 2 players on mid. They do have the perfect crossfire set up, so it definitely won't be easy here. Faye will flash himself out. Oh, and that spray was not the best from Lunte there. However, Seti is able to help him out and take down the player, so the bomb will be dropped in mid. And that means that Zen will head on with his AWP to save it. He does have head armor, he does have the Tech 9, he does have the AWP. That's a lot of money there, so good decision for him to save it. He will miss the shot, however, and that means that Nelson knows that he's there and he will call it over. However, Nelson going down there, so we are in the final round, however, so 9-5 in favor of Blue Jays so far on the counter-terrorist side, so definitely making this match much closer, a very worthwhile match to watch. However, the terrorist team, I mean, they have a Force 5, Tech 9s, and 1 Deagle, so it's up to Zen to really do damage here. And he'll be looking for this frag on mid, not able to find it. And Seti here does have this Molotov, so he'll Molotov Boiler just to be sure that no one will actually peek in there. Ooh, and all 4 players, surprising. I'm not sure why Seti decided to peek there, because that's exactly what led to it. But Lante doing absolute work here in middle. So it's a 2-on-2 situation, and that's all thanks to Lante and those 3 kills. Nielsen getting tagged through the wall or something. I'm not sure what happened there. But a trade comes in from Bluejays. They traded kills very well there, and they are able to win the half 10-5. So they'll be very happy with that, especially after losing the pistol round. They're still able to win the half, and considering their match on Overpass, they must be feeling very well about being able to take the remaining 6 rounds and win the match. So good stuff from both teams actually. Kids have seen dominating the first map, but Bluejays here are the stronger side, it seems like. So we'll be waiting to get into the second half of the Inferno. Guys, let me remind you that I will be doing a giveaway after this map, so I'll be giving away a 1-week ESEA premium code. So if you do want to try out the great service that is ESEA, great anti-cheat, you know, they run I do believe the ESL ESEA Pro League. ESEA was bought by ESL, so it's the ESEA platform that runs the entire league actually. And they also have other leagues like ESEA Open that you can sign up for, and best anti-cheat in the business. So if you do want to try out the 1-week premium code, I do have a bunch of codes to give out. I'm giving out 1 today, well 2 today, but already gave 1. So if you do want to try it out, then be sure to follow my channel. You can press the follow button under the video player, and other than that, also be sure to be active in the chat, and I'll be giving away those codes. Meanwhile, we see Zen here taken down to 13 HP very early on in the round. The counter-terrorists are pushing banana here, so what's interesting is they've managed to control the banana, so they should know that it's an A push coming in. And Connor getting taken down here in apartments. Oh, and DeathX getting taken down as well, so it's a 2-on-2 situation. Bomb will be planted. Oof, and Lunte getting taken down easily. But he's in a lot of trouble. And ECFN also going down, so another pistol round going towards Kids of Steam, and that means every pistol round, 4 out of 4 pistol rounds so far has been won by Kids of Steam. And that's rough. I mean, that's, you know, that's a lot of rounds just for free given away, because that means the next, 2 rounds are extremely difficult. And what do we see here? We see Dookie buying his M4. So, we saw this backfire on them actually in the 3rd round of this half. Excuse me, guys. So, not sure. Quite brave. However, it will be very difficult to win these long-range battles. I mean, Inferno is, you have the banana where it is long-range if the counter-terrorist can decide to play it aggressively and not let you onto the banana, so that's a very difficult battle to win if you don't have a rifle. Same with mid, extremely difficult to win, and even apartments, walking up those stairs, if the counter-terrorists do push, it's also a hard battle to win, so you do have a lot of choke points on Inferno that make it very difficult for a terrorist to execute without the rifles and flashes, but we do see Bluejays, they full on force spot. They all have head armor, they have a ton of utility, so it's looking like a B execute here, and we see flashes coming in, have a perfect Molotov, and it's interesting, all players are alive so far. Oh, but Dookie getting taken out. Veli with that great silent frag, even connecting with ECFN. So all the Bluejays members are very low, and Veli's able to get... Veli's able to stay alive through all of that, so... Oh my god. And DeathX was completely blind, so he didn't know where he was, actually. And that's why he didn't end up shooting, even though he was blocked, because he didn't know he was standing. Because he couldn't see anything, so... very interesting there, as his crosshair was straight on the head of one of the players of Kids of Steam. However, another round goes to Kids of Steam because of that one pistol round, and what is building is that we did see 2 bomb plants so far, so we'll see an eco here, but next round will definitely be a full buy, and Blue Jays has the opportunity to not even let Kids of Steam tie the game up, but we'll see how that goes in the future rounds. We do see a grenade here coming in from Billy, quite deep. However, only doing 1 damage to grenades to Nilsson, so $400 for that 1 damage, and even go. Oh, Nilsson doing fantastic work there with the Deagle, opening up the road into the B bomb site. So that's what they will be doing. They do smoke it off, and the bomb will be hitting B. I'm not sure what I think about ECFN staying so far behind, especially now since. Yeah, and this is a big shame. I mean, they had the advantage, and it's all completely gone now. DeathX is working in his way from behind, so Connor has to be very careful here. I feel like he can't. There was no reason how he could know. I mean, his player moved his way into construction, and there was no way Connor could expect one of the Blue Jays players to push there. And that is another eco round win in the 3rd round. So the same thing happened in the first half. So Blue Jay is able to get around here, which will help them a lot. I mean, in every sense of the term. Zen here, however, going on mid. Not able to connect with the AWP. He's going to re-peek again. I'm not sure this is the best decision. I mean, very dangerous to re-peek after losing control of that mid. However, we do see the terrorists here Molotoving everything out, making sure no one is hiding behind the sandbags. Meanwhile, we do see Dookie. Oh, what a frag! Taking, not a frag, but a connection. Taking down DeathX to 19 HP, so peeking with that CZ, just taking 1 shot straight to the head. Fantastic stuff. Meanwhile, we do see Kids of Steam, 1 minute is already gone, and the smoke being thrown down just now, so this is the final smoke, however, on the entire team. So after this, when it is about 40 seconds, Blue Jays will be able to hit one bomb site or the other without any problems. But we are seeing, 3 players here. Faye is also very close by, so he will be spamming. Dookie able to get that frag onto Seti. However, he is taken down to 40 HP. But and a fantastic run from Dookie there. Three kills with that CZ, and slowing down the initial push. DeathX, who did get hit in the head there with that CZ early on in the round, also had a big meaning in that round. So Kids of Steam taking a round back immediately on their force buy. And we see another force buy coming in from the terrorist side this time. So force buys left and right, really. Neither team really wants to give away the momentum. And we see Nilsson eating that bait for 20 HP, so he is left with 82 HP there. DeathX was 73. Meanwhile, we see Lente here pushed up very aggressively. Veli will be pushing here, so I'm wondering if he's looking for another frag, and he will be able to get it. And Lente making noise here, so they know he's there. However, he makes noise, and DeathX is able to peek on Connor, so Connor was focused on another angle. He was focused on the boiler, most probably, and that allowed DeathX to push from mid, actually. The terrorists will be heading back now over to the B-bomb site, and it's going to be very difficult because we've already seen Kids of Steam, they're doing a great job of holding this B-bomb site, it seems like. This Molotov will perfect Molotovs, and Philly taking down both players with this Molotov, and that's exactly how it's to be played. A deeper smoke, and then the Molotov on Banana definitely helping out. So Kids of Steam holding that B-bomb site perfectly there, and we see the 2 top fraggers for Kids of Steam are playing on the B-bomb site. Dookie with Vili just doing amazing work there. So we will see now 2 players. This is the Eco Haver heading up second middle into these apartments. And a perfect nade and another perfect Molotov actually, but the smoke comes in. and that Molotov is because of that. However, we do see the backstab coming in from Dookie and Billy, and again, they're the ones making the difference in this round. Dookie going crazy, actually. 3 kills, ending with that headshot. So 11 and 10, and Kids of Steam have really closed the gap here. They are right about to tie the game up. However, it is a bye round from the Terrace, so if they have anything to say, then they will do their very best to make sure that that does not end up happening. However, again, we're seeing the Terrace head on over to the B bomb site. Definitely favoring this B bomb site and the executes on it. However, it just hasn't been working out at all for them. I mean, we've seen Dookie and Billy just getting these frags really, really well. And even though they get a frag onto the A bomb site, they're still chilling here by B. And yeah, and Dookie's able to get that frag because he's just completely on point. At the same time, Faye on the other side of the map has screwed things up completely. And, you know, we're still seeing 2 players here, and Connor and Faye, they must be hearing that things are completely silent on their side of the map, so. And already we're going to see a Molotov come in. And Billy's able to at least get 1 frag. However, we do see Teddy and Nilsson very low HP here, so it's Connor that's going to be able to do, going to have to do some work if Kids of Steam want to win this round. Teddy with a perfect peek there, and that means Faye's the last player left alive with 19 HP, so he will be running away and doing his best to save his M4 and his head armor and the defuse and 2 flashes and a P250, so you know he does have a lot of things to save here. Oh, and in fact he'll save the AWP, so even more so. And 12 rounds for Bluejays, that means, but Kids of Steam, you know, so far in this half, 5-2. So that B push does end up working out eventually, but just barely, I want to say. I mean, if Kids of Steam just hit their shots a little bit better, or if that Molotov would have been a little more to the left, who knows? I mean, that round could have been in favor of Kids of Steam, and we'd be seeing a tie game here, and most likely another eco round. So and now we're seeing a much less aggressive banana push from the Terrace side. We've seen them push B very actively, and now we see only Nilsson really being anywhere near this banana. But this allows Dookie to push completely, and that's just amazing. I mean, the way they're playing this, they're playing perfectly. They have all the information in the world. They know it's an A push. Oh, and I'm gonna. Why is Zen didn't take the shot there? And the backstab coming in from Dookie, so. Connor taking down to 40 HP actually, and the smoke will come in, so. Meanwhile, DeathX is going to be the one that has to hold this push off. Impling want to have a chance of picking up this bomb because otherwise the backstab would be deadly. And a perfect flash coming in. And there we have it. Kids of Steam showing that they know how to hold the A bomb site, not only the B bomb site. And the rest of the team has a chance to prove their worth in holding off that push. So it is a force buy from Bluejays eSports. They really do not want to allow Kids of Steam anywhere near the lead, especially not at this point. So taking the risk, force buying what they can, and I'm not sure I like this actually, because I understand that you want to keep momentum in your favor, and it's very hard to make that decision. You know, we're giving them away a free round, fine guys, but you know, it's not the end of the world if it's a tie game, and I would rather them play with guns, you know, in 2 rounds than just. I mean, if they win here, then it's a great decision. But if they don't, then they're in more trouble than they would have been. And it's looking so far like it's the latter, as Great frags, however, they are able to get onto this A bomb site, and Billy and Dookie are the last players left alive, so we do see double smokes coming in, so a little bit of miscommunication there. Billy seems like... Oh, and Dookie will be able to see one player in pit as he doom boost over the smoke. And they're both coming from the same angle here, so... Oh, and ECFN able to get that headshot through the smoke, so that's going to be the signal for Kids of Steam to head on out of here, as makes things very difficult for them. Billy will get one more frag though, and that leaves him with 4 HP then. Another round going towards Bluejays, and they're actually very, very close now to winning the map. So great decision it turned out to be to force buy there, even though I was criticizing it. They made it work, and Kids of Steam will be doing a little bit of dropping creative accounting, and they'll be able to make the buy work as well. So perfect flash coming in, moving both players from Kids of Steam back there, as it does flash both, so... Meanwhile, we do see Teddy here, making sure the backstab does not come in here. And Dookie already pushed up here on Banana, so once again they're playing this aggressive information game. He smokes things off, which pretty much doesn't allow the terrorists any entrance to Banana, and that allows them to focus on A completely. They know that it has to be some sort of A push coming in. And that allows the players of Kids of Steam to really back off into the site, because, I mean, they don't need information. They don't need to play push top because they know it's not going to be B. However, now, on the other hand, it's looking like it will be a B push, and Dookie here with this Molotov. There's 30 seconds left, actually, and the Molotov does end up going down. However, we will see one go to spawn as well, but they throw smoke there, and that's their own Molotov that they're taking out, so can't help but think that's a mistake on their part. Meanwhile, we see Connor here taken out to 18 HP because of that Molotov. And the bomb will be planted, the flashes will come in. Connor will be taken down, so Vili here will take up his position with the AWP. Oh, and Lente taken down, so great frag by Zen. Zen able to take down another one. Does get taken down by ESEA, however. Oh, and ESEA has to hear these footsteps, so able to get the frag as well. And that means another round going towards Bluejays eSports. 14-11, they're very close to getting the second map, and that puts Kids of Steam on another very awkward forced buy, as we see Dookie buying that M4, Zen buying that from us, and the rest of them have pistols and head armor, or some utility on Faye, so very difficult position here for Kids of Steam as Bluejays goes up, 14-11, right about to get map point. They do a nade stack Banana, however, doesn't help that all that much. That smoke does have a hole in it, so it's not a good smoke, and Dookie tries to peek there, use it to his advantage. However, it's Bluejays that really are the ones that take advantage of that smoke. Oh, and seems like Bluejays does have a hint that Faye might be pushed up here in this B apartments, so they will be trying to spam him out. He's not on the bed, however, he's in the corner behind the window, so the question is if Lente is going to jump up here. Oh, and Faye actually peeking, so that very dangerous because Lente might... Oh, and he will spam him down, so 87 HP, and they might have heard him actually... they might have heard the connections onto him, so... Faye will, I think, be looking to push here into alternate middle. But Maybe he'll try and get this backstab in the apartment, as they think they might have figured out Boiler and they haven't. So, well, the backstab will come in from Faye. However, we won't end up doing anything, and the bomb will be heading on over to B as two players do end up rotating. So a smoke comes in here. Connor looking to find some connections with his deagle. However, not going to find anything. Oh, he will find something now as he does set up perfectly. However, he is taken down, and this does allow Bluejays to plant the bomb. And a perfect Molotov coming into construction, and you know, Zen, what can he do? He has to try and clutch this. If he doesn't, then it's map point. He is able to get one frag. However, the second one is not coming in here. DeathX very smartly playing around. Oh, and he calls the bluff. So, let's see here. Zen taking him down, but it looks like he will have enough time to defuse this bomb, will he? He will not, so... Fantastic, fantastic from Bluejays. It looked like DeathX might have pushed them unnecessarily, but 15 to 11. That is map point for Bluejays, meaning that you know if they do win this, we will be seeing a third map coming in. I don't remember the map actually. Do you ever pass the Inferno? So it is looking like we will see a third map, possibly, as it is another force buy. I mean, that's like 3 force buys in a row that we saw from the counter-terrorists, so tough life for them. DeathX, I mean, able to do work here on mid, completely opening the road to the A-bomb site. Only Connor left alive in the apartments. They do know this. They also know that B is clear, so they have all the information they could want. 2 players chilling here, completely just not allowing Connor out. And the bomb will be planted at B. And Bluejays wins the map, so they do win on the Inferno, and that means it's 1-1. The series is tied up.